Hello everyone, how are you going? I have been in my little art room, my craft room, and I came across a couple of bags that I had just thrown stuff in from when I packed, and it's all just a mixture of Happy Mail or swaps, little bits of ephemera that people have sent me from swaps and things like that. And I was going through it and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, what am I going to do with it? Like I've got like little pictures and little envelopes and handmade envelopes, and I've even got some seeds. So this was all my envelope. That's a brown paper bag that someone had sent me that they painted on. It's just beautiful. And then other little envelopes and a big envelope. So I had all of those, and then I found all these little wonderful bits of ephemera, like some owls, some flowers, some stamped images, a little handmade dragonfly, and some stamped images which are just absolutely cute. And this, I remember getting this photocopied card in the mail, and it must have been a good 2 years ago. So like most of this stuff I've been hanging on to and hoarding. And I was watching a video by Cindy Utter the other day where she was saying that, you know, you shouldn't hoard your stuff. You shouldn't hoard your art supplies. And I've noticed I've been doing that because I was hoarding this beautiful set of watercolour paints that Gina Ahrens had sent me like a year ago, and I've started using them. And then it just stuck in my mind that Cindy was saying, you know, you should use all your stuff. So I went through this is just one of the bags I went through, and I got all these, and I kind of like put them in like a little category. So that's all my little ephemera bits. And then this, look at all these gorgeous postcards that I had. They're actually from Australia. This one here, some squirrels on some water. That's gorgeous. The World of Peter Rabbit. And these cards. So I've got quite a few of them. And, oh, that's nice. I might keep that. Oh, and that one for my steampunk letter journal when they arrive. And, you know, like all these wonderful bits and pieces. Look at that, some skeletons. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to do with all this? That's pretty. That card was from a swap. And I just thought, oh, I might like to. I haven't made a journal, a junk journal or a journal for quite a while, and I thought I might like to do that, and I thought you might like to follow my process. So it'll be sped up in quite a few places. And look at this beautiful piece of paper that someone had sent me that's in a different language. It looks like it's, I don't know, German or something like that. And there's another one. So, and a bit of comic. I'll keep that. That's wax paper. And I had just some plain paper sitting in it. I don't know why. Coloured bits. Alright, so I'm going, and this is what, I must have had this in here for a reason, because I had started, this is a manila, one of those large envelopes, that I had painted, and I'd already I always put a, oh, how can you see that? Do you see that strip in there, that brown strip? That's just a bit of added thick cardboard, so that when you fold it, it just reinforces the spine where I sew the signature in. So that's what I thought I might do. I might make this envelope into a junk journal using all this Happy Mail and swap bits and pieces that I've collected. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll get rid of this plastic first so it doesn't make too much noise. And so I'm going to use that for my cover, and I'm not going to cut the papers. I thought that I might just rip them if they needed ripping, but look, that's a start anyway. That's got a bit of writing on it. I might keep that bit, right, but I've got to start, haven't I? I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 bits of paper, and this is just A4 copy paper, and that fits in there perfectly. So I'm going to use those, and I'm just going to start and put some of these extra little bits of paper through it. So I'll just get these ready, what I want to use. Oh, look at this. This is just beautiful. I can't even remember who sent that to me. It's very fine, but I think that would be okay too. And it's roughly the right height. So I'll just get these all folded properly. And then I've got a base for my junk journal, art journal, whatever you want to call it. And then I can put them all together. It's a card, someone. And it's just going to have a little bit of everything in it. Like, I'm really not worrying about having a theme or a colour, a matching colour or anything like that. I'll leave that there. And once I get these folded, I'll know if I have to add anything else, and if I have to add any more papers, which I really don't think I will, but if I do, I can add a few of my jelly prints just to jazz it up a bit. Look at this, wow, that's really long. So I might I'll get my ruler. What did I do with it? Got my ruler. I'm just going to rip the edge off this one because I don't want it hanging over that much, so that'll be right. So I've got that. There's a couple of pieces there. I'll just separate them. And I've got some more here. I might do them one at a time. And I've got this one here. What's that bit? Length. That's fine. Alright, so there's all my pieces of papers, and I'm going to start off with that. Then I'll have a white, and I'm thinking only one signature, but with the amount of the papers I've got here, I might be able to make it a 2 signature one. There's some of those little ones. Yeah. Put that card there. And I'll bring in another white one, and I'll just close that up now and see how that looks. So we've got that, and see, it doesn't matter if this is creased because I can grab one of those postcards and I don't know, put some kind of pocket on it, so that'll be pretty cool. So I've got that. I want a big one here. Oops, it's stuck together. Oh, it's got a bit of sticky tape on it, that's why. That there, and this here, that's strong enough to put in, like it feels just absolutely just beautiful, but I think that'd be strong enough to set in there too by itself. And okay, so I'm thinking now that I might make 2 signatures. So this will be my first one. I might just have to rip that bit off there. I'll do that now, so because that will come out over the cover and I don't really want them to come over. Wow, how hard is that to rip off? Oh my goodness. Wow, that rice paper, is it that one that was on the rice paper? That is really, really strong. So it's, I know it's not going to rip, so I'm just going to give that a trim and cut that off. I don't mind them sticking out a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so I've got one signature for it. And that'll fit in lovely there. So I'll go ahead and make a second signature. Put that there. Put some little one. It's a lovely coloured one. I've got that fishy. I've got that. And another card. and a smaller bit of card. So, let me see. I want a couple of extra bigger bits in there. Oh, I've got this. That'd fit in there. Yep. This is just a piece of scrap patterned paper. And I'm going to use one of my jelly prints, I think. I've got a couple here. I've got that one. So I'll fold that one in and put it in, which I might do back here. Just there. Let's see how that's going. Yep. And okay, and I'll just put that one there for the centre, I think. What else? Oh, I've got this card here too. I want to use that one, so I'll put that there. I want a bigger one just there. I'm just looking for another jelly print I can use. And this one I'll do. Nice, pretty jelly print. Okay, so that's a second signature. So there we go, we've got one, I've got two signatures. So what I'm going to do now, normally I'd go through the signatures and start putting all the ephemera bits and pieces on it and some pockets and envelopes, but I'm going to do it a bit different this time. I'm going to actually sew the signatures in first, aren't I? Yes. So I'm going to sew the signatures in, and then I'm going to, it comes out a little bit, but once they're sewn in I think it should be right. I mean a little bit out over the edge. Right, so I'm just going to have to pause you for a minute while I get my needle and awl and things I need to put the holes in to sew the signatures in. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I went and I just went and found my awl, and I've got a needle. And I also found some seam binding while I was at it, which I think I might use for a closure on it. And I was just thinking, I grabbed this, God, I don't even know what it's called. You embroidery ladies are just gonna you're just going to have a go at me, because I just it's like embroidery cotton or something, I don't know, whatever you call it, but I found the blue one too, and I'm actually thinking I might use the blue one just to give this a bit more colour, because I don't want it just plain boring. So I'm going to use the blue one, and just going to roughly measure how much I want of it and find my scissors, which are right beside me. So I'll get 2 lengths of that because I've got 2 signatures. That might be a bit too much, but might be able to put some beads or something on it. as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just to punch the holes, and I'll just get my board so I don't punch through my table, my dirty old board. Not dirty, it's just messy. And I'm thinking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, that'll do. So it's 22, I'll come in 30 for the top. That's 30 millimeters, which is 3 centimeters. And 30 from the bottom, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll just centre the one for the centre, which is 80, what's that, 2, 4, 86, so it's 83, 1, 2, 3 for the centre. Okay, so I'll just give those a good push through because it has got that cardboard in down the inside of it. Okay, right, and then I've done the holes on this side, on the left hand side of the seam, and I'm just going to put the holes on the other side of the seam for the other signature. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is the inside page, which is that one, I'm going to just mark it on here where the holes are. Okay, and then I can use that to put the holes in the signatures. I'm just trying to find the centre. Okay, put that in there. Make sure it's all where I want it. Card, got to remember to go through it. Okay, right. So now I'm just going to do the holes through the signatures for the papers. Right, and I'll do the holes for the middle page later on, but all the holes are in there now, and I'll do the same for my second signature. I'll just check. That one's up higher. That's okay. And I've got 2 cardboard, that one. I might bring this one down a fraction. just so that one's a bit more centered. I've got that, the card, and the middle section. Okay, so that's all it. Alright, now I'll get this one and use that as the template to put my holes through this one. I really have to press down hard because it's got the bits of cardboard in it and they're pretty thick. Okay, done. Oh, I can't get it out now. Alright, and that's my second signature. And now I can just go and poke the holes in this one, because this is the middle page for my first signature. Okay, that's done. Now I'm ready to sew it in. This is my first signature. There's the middle. Now, where's my cotton? There's that. I need one piece of that. The cotton. I'm just hoping I can thread this without my little threader helper, because I do have a lot of trouble seeing little things. There we go, done. And I'm going to start on the outside up the top, so I can have so I can use the other end of it to put some beads or something on. See, I'm having trouble finding this hole. There we go, done. Make sure they're all in the right spot. Okay, look, I'll come back when I've got it sewn in, because, well, you all know how to simple sew it in, but I will come back because you don't want to hear me using any curse words. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I sewed, I put the two signatures in, so I've got one line on the front and one line on the back of the middle fold, and I've just realised, like, that's a bit ripped there, but I'm not worrying about that, because I've got heaps of little embellishment things to put on the cover and fill the inside up with. So that's what I'm going to do now. What did I do with that all? I don't know. There it is. I'll just put the lid on it so I don't lose it and put it away. Okay, so this is the fun part. This is the part I really like. I'm going to go through and, oh, I should have sewn that big one in. Oh, maybe just a tip-in or something. That might be a good idea. Right, and I've got some of these little pockets. I was sent these. Aren't these gorgeous? Okay. I don't even know. It might be from that Daiso store up the coast, or I don't know, or even someone sent it from overseas. Right, so I'm going to put those down. Can you see what I'm doing? I might have to come out a little bit more. I'm sorry, but you can see the legs on my tripod. Okay, so I'll just put those there so you can see them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and I might put that on the front cover there. I'll place that there. And I've got some little ones here. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just wonderful. So I'll just flip to the back and just start randomly placing things around.